Let me tell you something. Nearly 50% of engineering students who enter university drop out before they even graduate. And it is sad to see. It is actually fucking tremendous to see. Because I know for a fact that at least a select few of those engineering students who dropped out would have made a massive difference in this world that needs it. And a lot of those engineering students that drop out, they drop out because they feel like they're not smart enough. They feel like they're not as brilliant as all these other people around them. And that causes them to spiral into this imposter syndrome. And that imposter syndrome makes them lack motivation to even study in the first place. And then they fail all their classes. And as a result, they drop out. It's useful to be intelligent in engineering, but think about the nerd who just studies all day and prioritizes good grades above all else. Like he thinks that intelligence is the number one thing that is needed as an engineer. He enters university, fresh out of high school. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm so fucking smart. So I'm gonna enter engineering, even though I'm not passionate about it. Yeah, so he follows through with it, and yeah, he excels. But he has no passion, and he just studied all the time. He focused his attention on intelligence. When he graduates, he can't even answer a fucking question that these interviewers ask him because he didn't work on his communication at all. He prioritized intelligence above all else. He did not socialize at all. Now he has no influential skills. He has no communication skills. He's not even close to being a leader, something that's actually needed in the engineering industry. So you see now, like at this point, this engineering student who just studied all day and prioritized intelligence, he's fucking homeless now. And at least he has a fucking straight report card, right? Like, holy shit. So many people neglect the depth of engineering. They just look at it at the surface of intelligence. And that's the reason a lot of people drop out. And I don't want that for you, okay? I want you to stay in this engineering field because I know for a fact that you're fucking passionate. You're passionate. You may have imposter syndrome, but you're passionate. Because you right now, you're spending your precious free time as an engineering student watching more engineering content. That shouts fucking passion. That shouts passion. Because you could be doing anything else. You could be scrolling on Instagram Reels, scrolling on YouTube Shorts. You could be playing a video game right now. You could be doing anything else, but you're watching more engineering content. And that is less common than you might think. Like a lot of your peers, they don't even do that. And you're doing that. Now I'll tell you who doesn't have passion. There's a term that I came up with, pretengineers. Pretengineers are the types of people in your class that cheat on assignments, cheat on exams, and it's much more common than you think, and it's fucking terrible. I talked about it in the past, but it's fucking terrible, right? They don't contribute in their group projects. They leave your group members on red, causing the group members to actually do the pretengineers part of the project, and nobody likes them. Nobody fucking likes them. And I'd go as far to say as more than 50% of the students in your class are actually pretengineers. They've either cheated on an assignment, either cheated on exams, and they're pretengineers. And I'd much rather, I myself and the other CEOs of other engineering companies would much rather have a student that is passionate about engineering than a pretengineer. Because you can look at any job posting, any fucking job posting, dude. Not once does it say, we're looking for a smart candidate. No, not once. Okay? But you know what it does say a lot? Looking for someone who is self-driven, someone who is passionate. Those are the traits that actually are attractive to these recruiters. That's why the smart nerd that I talked about earlier doesn't actually get the job in the first place once they graduate. They may have all the intelligence in the world, but they didn't focus on the deeper parts of engineering. But the passionate people like you, actually do focus on those parts deeper in engineering because you are passionate. And these pretengineers, they don't give a shit about engineering. They don't give a shit about engineering. And you know, a result of that, they don't have imposter syndrome. They don't have imposter syndrome at all because they don't give a shit. But you do care about engineering. You are passionate about engineering. You literally pedestalize engineering. And you know, that might sound needy, but that's actually a pretty good thing, isn't it? Because when you pedestalize engineering, you care so much about it. And that's the reason that you have imposter syndrome, because you see it as such this high thing that is above you. And who does that kind of thing? People that are passionate. So you might have not have noticed, but you're actually really passionate about engineering. You're watching this video, as I said. So like quit that limiting belief that you don't belong in engineering. Because as I said, there are people much worse than you that would be working in the engineering field. Like I even talk about dark engineers on this channel. Like they're the types of people that make dehumanizing products and destructive products like atomic bombs and war weapons. And then there's also the stuff like gambling machines, like they engineer drugs and they engineer chatbots and sex dolls. Like holy shit. And yeah, I'm very fucking vulgar on this channel, but I don't give a shit about all this ad revenue like all these other engineering content creators do. Like they just care about revenue and telling you what you want to hear. Like, oh, just use the Pomodoro technique. Like, shut the fuck up. Fuck the Pomodoro technique. Honestly, you need to learn the things that are actually going to be useful once you graduate. Like the morals that you must implement into your mind, because this engineering degree, it's not just a career, it is a responsibility. I'm not focused on getting the most views possible. I literally tell pretend engineers and dark engineers, click off this fucking video, even if it means that I get less views, because I'm focused on attracting the real engineers, the true engineers like you, and making a community, a close-knit community, not just based off a million trillion views. I don't want any of that. No, I want the true engineers to be watching me. And that's literally why I made a community, linked down in the description, where you can connect with other like-minded engineers like us. Because as I said, more than 50% of engineering students in your classes are pretend engineers or dark engineers. And less than 50% of them are actually like-minded to us, like truly passionate about engineering. So I truly mean it when I say it. Fuck the imposter syndrome. Fuck that shit out of your mind. Because this world that we live in, it truly does need you. It needs you to be on top of the engineering industry, because we can't have these dark engineers and pretend engineers outperforming us. The true engineers like us, we're going to be working towards things that actually develop humanity, not decline it. We're going to be working on sustainable energy that literally reverses climate change and global warming. We're going to be working on clean water. We're going to be working on bridges that hold tens of thousands of lives every fucking single day. We're going to be working on medical devices that save human lives. That's what engineers do. That's what engineers are meant to do. So don't let this imposter syndrome stop you from doing that, because this world needs it, and it is your responsibility to follow through with it. Now let's talk about the approach. The approach that I want you to take when you're in university. Because you're not going to focus on grades, okay? You're not going to focus on getting the perfect straight A report card like that nerd engineer that we talked about earlier did. You're going to focus on developing your passions. And that's actually fun for you. That's actually fucking fun for you. Because the first thing that I want to talk about is personal projects. Personal projects is the absolute best way to show your passion as an engineer. It is your number one key to actually getting an internship. It was the number one key that I got my internship in. It took me 2 weeks to get my internship, and the main reason was because I had these personal projects and this portfolio to showcase those personal projects. So that's why I'm telling you to do this right now, because it's super fucking powerful. And these other pretend engineers that are actually imposters in engineering, they're not doing this. But you're the person that actually has imposter syndrome, who thinks that, oh, it's all about smarts. But it's actually these personal projects that are actually going to get you ahead in engineering. Okay? So make personal projects. I literally make my own, like gearboxes, like rotary engines, like gearbox driven propeller launcher. I made videos on that because I was actually passionate about it. Now I'm not telling you to go that far, but you can do some like SolidWorks projects, mini SolidWorks projects. That's all it takes sometimes to show that you actually have passion. It's like these small things that actually make a difference when you're applying for jobs. Like you're spending your free time on engineering projects, and those recruiters, they see it. They see that you're actually passionate because you have those even small projects. So that's what you want to do. And if you want to go a step further, you can even join design clubs. I didn't myself, but I know for a fact that those are actually really useful. I didn't join them because I spent a lot of my time on personal projects. I was more on the self-starter side. But if you join design club projects, you also learn how to communicate with others, work with other engineers, which is actually a really desired trait in the engineering industry. So that's also something that you want to focus on, design clubs. Now, design clubs, they also provide community, but as I said, A lot of these students in these design clubs, they're not even passionate sometimes. They're just doing it for the hell of it, right? Because their friends joined or whatever. That's why personal projects, I rank that above design club, because it's the self-starter initiative traits that you actually show when you make personal projects. Like, look at any of these job postings, you'll see self-starter, initiative. You'll see all these kind of traits that they're desiring. And when you do personal projects, that's something that design clubs can't do, unless you're the leader of design club. But that's fucking hard to be a leader of a design club. And the third way to show your passion, or develop your passion, should I say, is to join a community with other passionate, like-minded engineers. Join a community with them. Maybe you could find them in your classes, in your design clubs, and maybe have some deep talks about engineering and the goals that you want to achieve with your engineering degree once you actually graduate. And as I said, it's not really easy to find these kinds of people in school, which is, again, why I made that community linked down in the description. You can literally connect with other people around the world. It doesn't matter. They don't even have to be near you, physically, geographically. They don't have to be near you. You could, with a click of the button, meet other engineers, connect with other engineering students who are like-minded like you, and you could talk about your ambitions. You're not going to be having conversations about drama and celebrity drama, all these gossip and spreading rumors. You're not going to be doing that type of shit that is actually really common in engineering school, because a lot of these students, they're not passionate about engineering. But you're going to be talking about engineering, the thing that you're actually passionate about. And when you talk about what you're passionate about, that only further grows your passion. When you further grow your passion, that flows into your work, that flows into the personal projects and the design club projects that you make, because you're so fucking passionate and you just try to burst out and show your passion. And your outlet for showing your passion is these projects. So I really recommend that you do at least 2 of the 3 ways to grow your passion that I mentioned: personal projects, design club, or join the community that I made. That's how you're going to grow your passion. And passion is the number one thing, not smarts. I want to emphasize that. Not smarts. All these other engineering students, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. Just get perfect grades. Here's how you study. Here's how you use the Pomodoro technique, all that kind of shit. That's not what you need to learn as an engineering student. Engineering goes much, much deeper than that. Pomodoro technique, you can't even use that once you actually graduate, because you're working 8-hour shifts. You're working 8-hour fucking shifts. And the only people that could strive through that is the people like you, the people that are actually passionate. You belong in engineering. Stay in engineering. Do not drop out by all means. This world needs you. You might not know it now, but let me tell you, you're going to be thanking me. This world needs you.